Hello. Okay, you can hear me now. Hello, greetings. Good day, good day. How is everybody doing? What's up? What's up? Yes, the mic was off. I'm stupid. I am stupid. How you guys doing? How's your evening going? Hello, Justin. How you doing, man? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes,
Okay.
we're good.
Hello, hello. Greetings, greetings. Well met. So, I have to ask you guys a question, actually. And the question is, what color should I paint the skin of this guy? What do you guys suggest? What do you think? I can go any color you want.
I have an idea.
What? Okay.
Could you make a blue look really believable and natural?
Yes, I can.
I would love to see if that's possible. Let's see if chat, what chat wants. But like, I like seeing colors that aren't naturally colors, like normal skin tones, made to look incredibly natural.
I can definitely do that. No problemo. So we go with blue, guys. What do you think? Should I listen to just and just go with blue? Hello everyone, by the way. Hello Nico. Hello Marikella. Hello Moneta. Hello Reaper Miniatures. Hello Chewy. Good day. Good day. How you doing? Hello Kuro. What's up? Hello Anki. Welcome in. Hello Jedi. How you doing? How you doing? Hello everybody. Go with blue? Okay, let's go with blue. My palette is extremely wet at the moment, but it's fine. Turn up just in volume a bit, okay? I can also lower the music a little bit too. A bit loud. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, Kuroneko said Navi blue, kind of like from Avatar. Although that's usually very like vivid. I was thinking something that's like multi-toned that looks like it's just every bit as natural as tones you might see today.
I got you, man. Get ready for some BBDness. For some sexiness. Just give me the time to quickly base coat the thing. And we can get to work. So I'm gonna be base coating it. In the meantime, before going live, me and Justin were talking about driving laws, and I don't know if it's wrong or not, but I'm pretty sure that Italian driving license and American driving license both work in the opposite country, which means if you are an American, you go to Europe, you can drive here. That's correct, right, guys? Some of you, has any of you Americans ever gone to Discord? Now Discord is very high. Okay, I'm gonna lower it a little bit. Okay, we should be good now. Confirmed, okay. Okay, so we're just gonna be base coating the model with a blue. I don't think this will be the final color of the skin tone at all, actually, but I just need like a color to work up from, considering we have a black primer on the model. I am furthering the fight between should you prime bones or not. I prime it. I know Anna doesn't. But we're good. Okay. Okay, I fixed the Discord. Justin should be fine now as a volume.
Testing audio.
Yeah. I've seen the Christmas minis. They're so cute. You guys did a great job on them. They're really nice. Not all EU. Oh, really? Which ones aren't valid? I've driven in Italy. I'm astonished to learn that you actually have laws. What have you been in Italy? What have you drove? It's like, the city where I live in, I have been all over Italy when it comes to cars. And I still believe the city I live in is the worst city to drive in across all of Italy. Some people will tell you Naples and Rome are bad. I think my city is the worst place to be driving. Especially if you don't drive an automatic car, but you have a manual. Genoa with a manual car is impossible to drive. I mean, it's not impossible, of course it is, but it's so annoying because you're always going down and up slopes. And the traffic is insane. People just walk over you, drive over you. They don't care about you.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed that, for instance, when my fiance and I went to Miami, I think it was this last year, that in Miami proper, basically, both downtown, up by Miami Beach, like the northern portion towards Pensacola, like basically, um, it's very much people are on top of each other. Like people. I've never been cut off more times with zero apology. Like they were supposed to be in that space and I was in their way, Whereas in Texas, I can honestly say everyone lets everyone in and everyone over all of the time. It's very, very nice. I actually appreciate it.
Here in my
Really.
city, back in the days while I was still learning how to drive, the police almost killed me. Here in Italy, when you're learning how to drive, you need to have a P attached on the back windshield. The P means principiante, which means beginner. So people who drive behind you and around you know you are a beginner, so they treat you with a bit more respect because you are new to driving. And as you know, you should never ever go past somebody while driving while on the right. You should always go past them on the left. Well, one day while on a busy street, I almost had an accident with the police because they passed me on the right without having sirens on, so they shouldn't be, because the police can break the law only when they are on an emergency, so the sirens are on. If they are off, they have to drive like everybody else. But they didn't, and they almost freaking murdered me. I was so scared.
Jeez.
Hello, Gray. How you doing? Ah, I see, Monitor. Rimini is bad. But I still believe Genoa is worse. My city is so terrible to drive in. Okay, so we got the chest area painted. I'm gonna be working with the model in pieces, so it looks a bit more interesting to work with it. So now that we have the base coat, I can start getting some skin tone down, some actual skin. Gonna be wet blending these colors in so that they look nice and blended. I tend to use wet blending extensively in my painting. Something that I love doing because it gets you a blend so quickly. You don't have to worry about glazing or anything like that. Just wet blend away. We're still looking in a sense that I still don't know what exactly will be the mid-tone of the skin tone. So I'm looking for it. We know it has to be a blue, but we also know that it has to be like a realistic blue. So some sort of blue that has skin tone colors in it. And for skin tone color, what we intend usually it's yellow and red. So how do you make yellow and red interact nicely? Well, you can have them interact with shadows and highlights. So you can have yellowish highlights and reddish shadows. So for now I'm just working with the mid-tone, trying to get it to be locked in. I want to keep some of this blue in the recesses just because I can glaze over it whenever I want or blend over it. Hello Knockwall, how you doing? We just got started on this guy. Literally just started. Trying to get the muscles lit up. Okay, let's focus on the belly and face so that I can show the most progress to people in these 2 hours we have. Thank you, Taba. Thank you. Ooh, I haven't shown you guys. Next time I go live on Reaper stream, I have to show you. One of my viewers has gifted me an ugly Christmas weather, and it's amazing. It's... wait. So, it's like this on the back, but on the front, There's an alpaca. Get it knitted for me. It's amazing. Hello Rex, how you doing? I remember the worst place I've been was Ascoli Piceno, where the back to Vespa. Oh, well, that's normal pretty much everywhere in Italy, Nico. So is this the skin tone you had in mind? Like a bluish stone like this, or you wanted like a realistic human flesh tone that looked blue?
I probably the second if I had to guess. Maybe something that if you saw it today, it would look very. So like when you look at anyone's skin today under a microscope, you know how there's like even no matter who you are, you've got all these tones and colors and blended in, you know. So nothing looks purely one color or the other. Something that's kind of mixed in but looks natural. So, I mean, blue within natural terms of blue, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, then we gotta change things around. 1 second. I am blue.
Yeah, I expected that sooner. I'm surprised it took 10 minutes into the show or 17 before we got that.
Okay, so if you want a blue skin tone, this is actually interesting for me too, because like you're challenging me to do things, and it's actually really cool for me because it gets me to think on my toes and figure things out quickly. So it is actually really good training for me, having somebody going do this and just trying to get it done. It's actually really cool. So if you want a bluish skin tone, the best I can give you is something like this, which we can then take into a skin tone color in a moment, and we should be able to get you what you want. Yeah, FL65 are Italians. The guys from the song Blue. The story of the song Blue is actually really funny. Back in the days, they were making music for China. They were basically getting hired to make cheap, quick music for the Chinese market back in the 90s. And one day, since the Chinese at the time didn't know English at all you had to do was just simply make a song with random words in English in it, and they would like it, as long as the tune was catchy, right? And they did exactly that. They did Blue for the Chinese market, but people liked it also in the local market, so it became a massive European hit. AMG, thank you for the resub, man. Oh, what a nice word. Came for the Reaper Bone 4 update. Stayed to support a great US company that supports an awesome hobby. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're damn right. I love Reaper, dude. Okay, so we got our grayish tone here. This is gonna be our first shadow, actually. How do you make a skin tone without orange in it? Well, like this, I guess. Like this, I guess. If I use orange, I'm gonna turn it into even more of a gray, because orange is the opposite of blue. So I can use red, and it's gonna desaturate a little bit less than it would if I used orange. Because, you know, color theory is very strict. If you use colors that are opposite on the color wheel, you get a gray, or a ugly color anyway. So in order to make a skin tone, I would need normally to use an orange, because that's the base tone from for all skin tones. But in this case, it needs to be a bluish one, so we have to work up without orange and just with reds and yellows. And use them separately. Okay, Moneta. Okay, I feel like we're going somewhere here. Yeah, we're definitely going somewhere here. Doesn't look like much just yet. But I think we will have a blue. Like a bluish skin tone. As Justin said, he wants it to look natural. So it needs to be like a normal humanish skin tone that is influenced by blue. I'm new to the hobby, but having a good time. Just screwed up my Ogre yesterday, but it was a chance to learn. Yeah, man, that is so smart. What you just said is one of the smartest things I've read in my whole life as a streamer. It's very, very important to take every failure as a chance to improve, not as a chance to be sad. Never ever be sad, especially when painting puppets, dude. You have the right approach to this. You're doing the right thing. Never ever feel bad about your painting, but instead try to have fun with it and learn something from it. I'm gonna learn a lot from this too. I didn't prime, I thought the Reaper Ogre didn't need to be primed, now I won't make the mistake again. Technically you shouldn't prime it, because if it was plastic, it was bones, and you shouldn't prime it. Technically, I do prime it anyway. I just prefer priming it, just to be sure. So as you guys can see, I am just wet blending everything. Slowly moving upward in highlighting. This is what I love about wet blending, it's so fast. You barely... If you don't pay attention, if you go AFK for like 10 minutes and you come back, this model will be completely different, thanks to wet blending. Because I can get things done so quickly. It's a technique I so highly encourage learning. I do have a YouTube video on my YouTube explaining how to do wet blending if you want to check it out. But if you guys want me to explain it here, I can do it. I've been buying a bunch from Reaper website and from my local hobby shop. The Kickstarter was too rich for my blood. Yeah, but it's full of models. They send you so many models. Yeah. Justin.
Yes.
Do you mind if I write a message in everyone in my Discord channel of the Reaper Discord, telling them we are live? Because I don't think people know about this time slot very much. Actually. Like we have talked not much about it. So I'm gonna be doing it just to see if more Reaper packers show up. I can't tag everyone. Yeah, the everyone tag.
Let me see if I can.
The everyone tag is only for admins, I think. Rightfully so. You don't want people spamming stuff randomly. Any tips on web blending and listen to? Okay, let me see if I can give you guys a bit of a web blending class. So when you are web blending, what you want to do is have colors that have a body. By body, I mean you can see that they cover my fingernail entirely. Base coats. You want to block in your base coat, and then your highlight needs to also not be thinned, and you place it next to it. After that, with a bit of a cleaner brush, you can move your brush across the separation and get them to mix together like you would on your palette. You know how on your palette you'd be mixing colors like this, right? You'd be doing these movements to mix them. You can do exactly the same also on the model. And this is how you wet blend. You can see that we have a nice gradient happening between the blue and the yellow now. That's how you wet blend. Hello, Rebel. I got here by chance. What do you mean? And this is my favorite. What is my YouTube? Mieciu's Den. It's here. Mieciu's Den. No, that's Patreon, but the same. It's written the same. I want to know if you're going to bring some Italian food talk to Reaper. Well, Justin, have you ever had Italian food?
Yes.
What kind of food have you had?
I mean, pizza.
Okay, well.
I mean, I've had various, like, so there are some decent places around here. One of my particular favorites is a lobster ravioli. I'm trying to remember the sauce. It's like a cream sauce.
Okay.
It's very it's very decadent, right? I don't order it super often because it's heavy and kind of rich. So
you did. You guys need to come to Italy. There is a pizzeria here in my city that makes a gourmet pizza that is insane. You can have like carbonara pizza if you want.
That does sound amazing.
It's incredible. And the best thing about it is that they put toppings equally, like they bring you the pizza already cut in pieces. You already have like 12 slices of pizza, so it's pre-cut from them. And on the pizza, the topping is always the same. So every slice has the same amount of topping. So every single slice is perfect, pretty much. It's so insanely good. And I don't know if Marika can link the TripAdvisor. If Marika is here, you can link the TripAdvisor of Savo, so people can see the pictures of the pizza. Hello, Kagiro. How you doing? I was supposed to come back to Rome this summer with my wife. Would have been her first time. Alas, maybe next year? Yeah, man, maybe next year. Maybe next year. That sounds great. You should come to Italy. Like, I know I'm a bit biased because I'm Italian, but Italy is a beautiful country. If you guys have a chance, come see it because it's so beautiful. The amount of culture and history you get to see, and the food, man. The food is just astonishing. So how's the Skintone looking? Is it getting to be more believable to you?
Yes, it is actually. It's very much because real world skin tones are typically not bright and vivid, usually.
Yeah, depends on.
It looks great so far.
We're getting it there. For now, I'm just working with the mid-tones. We can come to Italy when we're allowed to leave the US in 20,205. You will be leaving. You will be leaving it soon. Thank you, Thor. We just got started though. We literally just got started. For now, I'm just working with the midtones. Now, let me see if I can explain something else. Let's see this yellow is an highlight, and let's say this blue is a shadow. Everything in between them, so every color in between them, would be different gradients of color. So one thing that has helped me understand painting a lot, and I'm gonna share with you guys for free just because I love Reaper and I love you guys, and since you are here watching me, you deserve a treat, is that the colors between a shadow and an highlight, all of these gradients, all of them, are to be considered mid-tones. So, in the way you see mini painting, people are gonna be like, oh, base coat, highlight, second highlight, third highlight, 25,000 highlight. The truth is, if you think in mid-tones, things get a lot more interesting, because you don't feel like you have to add light to the model, but you feel like you have to add color to it. And doing this makes it more interesting. For example, now I am playing around with the midtones by giving it slight minuscule changes in hue and value. So I'm making some parts of the skin brighter, some parts of the skin darker, some more of one color and some more of another. But I'm not worrying myself into thinking, oh, this has to be an highlight. I'm instead just playing with the colors because I want to create an orchestra of colors. Some beautiful colors that, even though they are difficult to discern from one another, they are still there and your eyes subconsciously sees them. These are all the midtones. When I block in the light, which I haven't yet, I haven't started painting highlights yet. When I block in the light, you will notice a massive difference happening in the model. I'm just out of city towards Venezia. Vigonza. Hey, thank you for the sub, Cory. Welcome in, dude.
By the way, look, it looks like John was telling me that there's an automatic posting in socials that ats everyone for whenever this show goes live. So.
Ah, okay. But you know, people maybe don't care about that channel. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you have a channel that always spams everyone, people don't. They mute it usually. I don't know.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, John and I have talked about it in the past as far as like how to. It's finding that like blend of how to announce, when to announce, how often to announce, which is the big question, because you don't want to annoy people, but you also want to make sure that there's enough exposure that, you know, people know what's going on. So
I think that, and I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you, and it's counterproductive to myself, having the everyone tag when a fellow streamer of Reaper goes live can make it get old very soon. And I think you guys have it now.
Much.
So like literally every day people get spammed like 45 times with everyone, somebody's going live, go watch them, me or somebody else. That can get old because that makes automatically people think that the everyone tag is just some random person going live, while probably the everyone tag should be limited only to Reaper content. So Reaper streams or Reaper announcements. So
That's
people
fair.
actually go and read it.
Right, because you wouldn't expect to get too many per week or per month or whatever.
Exactly. So people simply know that the everyone tag is related to something important rather than some random message. So using it has more value. For example, in my Discord, I always only use the everyone tag for big announcements or when I'm going live. So people know that that tag means he's live. Even if they don't read what I said, they just know. In most cases. I just got some coffee. Oh, you lucky Paka. I want it too, man. I don't want to tell you guys how to do your job though. Like, I'm just telling you my point of view from content creator. Like.
Oh no, it's fine. It's completely okay. I mean, we're new to it, so there's a lot of learning that John's doing, a lot of learning that I'm doing, a lot of learning that, you know, we're all trying to kind of figure out the best temperature for everything, and it definitely takes some tweaking. It's not like well, this is what you do. It's automatic, you know.
Yeah. No,
Input is always welcome.
Streaming is extremely hard. Also, like from the whole social managing aspect of it all. That alone is difficult. Like, besides going live and doing a live stream, it's the whole behind the scene. I know. I was about to answer that. How do you place highlight? How do you find the right places to highlight? Well, it has to do with volumes, which I cannot explain here because it would take me way more than the 2 hours I have to explain. And I'm gonna sell out here, but I don't mean to, but in my Patreon I have like a 2.5-hour guide on non-metallic metal, which explains what volumes are and how light interacts with them. So it's about simplifying the volume of a model, understanding how light works on every volume that you see, simplifying it. And it's also important to then decide a light source. So like, where is the light coming from? In the case of this guy, the light is coming from here. Exactly you, like the webcam. It's coming from here. So I'm now working with the midtones, which means I don't care particularly for the light. I haven't placed an highlight yet. Like, you might be believing I am painting highlights. I am not. I'm just playing with the midtones at the moment. I haven't placed a single highlight or a single shadow. I'm just playing with the midtones. And then, when I place the light, you will notice it. It's gonna be looking quite bright. Oh yeah, Kagiro. When I started streaming, I would not show my face. I streamed for, I don't know, 5-6 months without a face cam on. You wouldn't be able to see my face. And because I thought I was ugly. And I'll show you a picture soon, if you guys want, of me when I was a kid. And actually, it will be the first time you see my sisters, because I have 2 sisters. You never saw them. If you want to, I can show you my sisters. And you'll see that they are incredibly hot and I'm incredibly ugly. And I don't know why. They grew up to be hot while I grew up to be the ugly one. But like, I was very self-conscious about my looks, and now I look into the webcam as if I'm looking you in the eyes. So when I look at the webcam and I'm speaking, for me it's natural doing it, because it's as if I'm talking to somebody and I'm looking at them. When I started, I couldn't really bring myself to even look at the face cam when I had one, because it was making me feel embarrassed. Also, like, managing a chat while doing a content is very difficult. Gaming has it easier, because people who stream gaming are not expected to read the chat while playing the game. They are expected to perform nicely. Like when you are a gaming streamer, usually you're just expected to play the game well. People watch you because you're good. Mini painting is a whole different beast, because doesn't matter how good you are, you have to interact with people, because people are there to talk to you. They aren't there just to watch you paint. So, like, it's a lot harder, because, like, in my case, I have to paint to a very high level while looking in the camera, while reading the chat. Like, that all has, it's all...
You want me to be honest with you, Luca? I definitely can objectively say,
I'm beautiful.
I do not, yeah, I don't think you're ugly, buddy.
Thank you. You're also a beautiful man. I cannot wait to come to ReaperCon and go out with you, dude. Well, we need to go drink a beer or something. I don't drink beer, but like wine.
Oh, I don't either, actually. I prefer wine or like mixed drinks, to be completely honest. So does John. So I think honestly, when we can all hang out, when we can all kind of come out of thawing, it's gonna be a blast. It really is. I can't wait till ReaperCon in person.
It will be. Straight vodka. Now I'm gonna tell you guys a story, which is gonna be funny. So, by the way, I'm placing the first highlight. You're gonna be seeing a big difference happening on the model. So, I went to a painting competition in England last year, and one of my viewers from Poland was there. He came all the way from Poland to meet me there and take a trip around England with a girlfriend. What they did, though, they sneaked some vodka on the airplane with them and brought it to the competition, and basically forced me and Marika, to join them in their hotel room and drink shots of vodka. So basically, I found myself at 3 p.m. in the afternoon in a hotel room with 2 Polish people just drinking vodka. I was so tipsy after drinking it, but it was one of the best experiences of the whole journey. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, mighty. I love your eyes too, Warcount. Thank you, baby. 5 years ago, there were no webcams big enough to capture this. I haven't been streaming for 5 years. I've been streaming for 2. Sounds like Norwegian cousins. I guess. I never had Norwegian cousins. So you can see that we are building up the light here. So now it's up to me to figure out how is the light, because now I have to think. So I had fun until now, just playing around with colors and everything was beautiful. But like now I have to start thinking, where does the light go? And these, it can be explained, but it takes forever to explain, and every person needs to be explained differently. This is more like the subject of a private lesson than something you can just explain to people out loud, to a group of people. But like, I know that the light is coming from the front, so I have to understand how it interacts with all the various volumes I see on this guy. So I am blocking it in the area of light that I know is gonna be lit. Like the face. So these parts here I know are gonna be lit. So I'm just gonna be having a light there. But also like areas of more shadow are gonna be lit too. Because light is gonna be interacting with those areas as well. Differently, but still it is going to. I don't know if you can tell. Skintones is my favorite thing to paint. Like, I am famous for my non-metallic metal, but truth is, Skintone, I just love it. Nose reduction technology cam by Logitech. I don't want to reduce my nose. I like my nose as it is. Gives me a Roman look. Okay. Let's keep developing our lights. Yeah, better wine sniffing as well. I love wine. Do you like wine, Justin?
I like sweet wine, I would say. I don't like I don't like dry wine. In fact, if it's dry at all, not at all. I like sweet reds. I like
Okay.
Moscato, Roscato. Trying to think of other stuff I've had that I like.
I'm the same too. I like sweet wines a lot. Fragolino is really good. It's an Italian wine which basically tastes like strawberry. Because they use...
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, they use grapes that are basically cultivated in a way so that they taste like strawberry. And the wine that comes from them is so strawberry scented and tasting. It's so good. So good. I love it. Fragolino. Fragolino. Justin's nickname in school was Sweet Red.
You can call me whatever you want to, Luca.
Daddy?
Okay, maybe not that one. But actually, really, I genuinely don't care what people call me, to be honest with you. I will respond to anything. I've got no particulars.
Yeah, like, people are the same to me. They're like, should I call you Vincenzo or Luca? Like, I spent my life answering to, oh, that's the sound we make in Italy when we shout at somebody to attract attention. Like, I literally will always answer to anything you call me. On the Reaper Mini's website, there is an option for metal and plastic. Aside from material, what are the differences in positive and negatives for each? Metal minis will usually have a better detail cast, in a sense that the details are slightly crispier on metal. The downside is that they are heavy, and if you drop them, it's a very high chance they're gonna bend irreparably, or maybe details are gonna be lost because of the bumping. Like if this face was made of metal and I bumped it on the floor, the face might become like a flat panel, because metal is very easily remoldable by impact. Also, I think it costs more. While plastic, like the bone plastic, has less detail. People say, I don't feel that way, but they say that it loses detail versus metal, but it's cheaper. I prefer plastic. Like, I would take all of the models I have ever got from Reaper, they have all been Reaper bones. I cannot deal with metal at all. It's just something it's one of my quirks, I guess. I just don't like painting metal minis. There's nothing wrong if you do. I'm not trying to argue which is better. I'm just saying that I am a newer painter. I started painting 2.5 years ago, and I grew up with plastic. So metal for me is a foreign thing. I'm used to plastic, while older painters are used to metal and they aren't used to plastic. So it's just a matter of generations, I think. I don't know if Justin wants to add anything to it, because, you know, they are the ones making the minis.
I mean, I think that the way our products are designed, they all kind of fit different budgets and different preferences. So, like, I think that they all exist in the same world. I can't give an opinion as far as, like, use, because I don't paint at all. So, not really, at least. Not enough for it to matter. But, I mean, I like the heft of metal, but, I mean, I can appreciate the... I think you can get further in your painting overall with just plastic minis, purely because they're cost effective. And what that poses alone, I think, is invaluable. So, like, I feel like in 6 months, you can get further because of the number of minis you can get and practice stuff on versus metal minis much quicker.
Yeah.
So,
Reaper Bone minis are literally throwaway models if you want. Like, they cost like $2 each. Like, you can literally go to town on them and try your hardest. It doesn't mean that the model is worth throwing away, because they are beautiful. Like, this guy is amazing. I love him. Like, I'm having a blast painting him. It just means that the price is so low that you don't feel bad if you make massive mistakes on it, to the point where even stripping won't work anymore. They aren't super expensive models, so they allow you to really experiment.
yeah, exactly. I think it drives creativity to its, like, limits for people, purely because it's easier for people to just pick up and put down, you know?
The detail is slightly more shallow, but plastic holds the paint better, no matter what primer you use on metal. I agree with that so well, so much. Yes, metal is harder to blend and glaze, because the porosity of the material makes paint not... Okay, so let me give you guys a drawing. I'm gonna be drawing on my hand. Yes, I know, I should get a notepad or something. So this is plastic at a microscopical level, and this is metal at a microscopical level. When you put paint on plastic, the paint goes like the material is shaped. When you put a layer of paint on metal, the paint will fall into the microscopical recesses, making it very freaking difficult to blend on top of it, because the paint doesn't behave like it should. That's my experience of metal painting. And yeah, it's a lot harder to blend on top of it. Props to those who do it. I cannot be arsed. Bones are great when your feet's touching them, while metal you have to be careful with. I remember with the metal minis there were less to do, less each. Future minis. Yeah, I have no memory of the good old times where of painting. Like, people always talk about Ral Parta and Grenadier in my stream, and I'm like, I don't even know who these guys are. Like, I started so late in the hobby that all of these mythological companies, I don't know. Okay. So we're gonna we're building up the highlights, and we're also building up some midtones in the highlights. So I did the normal midtones, now I'm doing the midtones of light. So I have a few highlights on the palette, and I'm just going back and forth between them, creating some different shades of them. So we can have a nice midtone, also in the light. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick webcam break, and then I will be back in a second. I'm here, I'm not leaving, I'm just hiding my face for unknown reasons, but I'm here. You see, my hand is locked. Hello, guys! Hello, guys! The nose is still smaller. So we are here. I'm just moving my hand like this. Just give me a second, though. I need to hide this hand. Just a minute. I DM D&D for 4 kids. The bones are great. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I don't like metal for wargaming or stuff like that because it's very difficult to pick up and move. Also carrying it around. Like, imagine carrying an army of metal minis, man. You need a donkey to go to the store, play. 200,000 kilograms of models. Yeah, just a second. Ralparta was just about the only option for me growing up. The first time I saw a wall of Reaper at the local game shop, I was like, who are these pretenders? I've come around to them. So, do you think I could actually replace my face cam forever if I just keep doing this for the rest of the stream? Like, have my hand speaking for me, like this.
I'm not opposed. I like sock puppets.
Sock puppets are cute. I've done
You could
it.
even make it a bit.
I need to get myself like a sock puppet of an alpaca and talk with that one. I need to see if I find one on Amazon. An alpaca sock puppet. Okay, but speaking about the model, so we are getting the shape of light sorted out on the model, and it's starting to look defined in this area here. We're lacking definition in this one, so the further we go with this area, the more this one falls behind and looks less and less nice. It was looking nice when I base coated everything and I was working with the midtones, but now it doesn't anymore. So the model is in the garbage stage, how I call it. So like, it's neither meat nor fish, so it's neither of the two. It's not a nicely base coated model and it's not a nicely highlighted model. It's an in-between, and it looks bad in a way. So because of that, we need to work more on it in order to make it look good. And the way we work on it will influence the paint job entirely. I can push the lights more or in the shadow area, or I can push the contrast more, adding more shadows in the shadow area, or I can kill the highlights and have them more subtle. I can do so many things now. This is where the painter really has a chance to leave a footprint on the paint job. Base coating is something that we all do. Highlighting is something that only few people do well, and even fewer people do it in a specific way. So, if you're looking to develop your style of painting, develop it in the highlights. In the way you place and manage highlighting. That's how you really create your style of painter. The difference between Sergio Calvo, me, Masklan, and all of the other painters in the world is the way they highlight. It's not the way we base coat. It's how you highlight and how you shade. How you interpret volumes. Although, to be fair, the shading is actually fairly similar across the board because a volume is a volume. So it has to be shaded in a specific way. The way you highlight it though is very personal. So in the lights you find the painter, which is very philosophical if you think about it. But like the painter can only be found in light. So it's the most important stage of a paint job, and I'm gonna take my time on this. That's why I'm working only on the chest and face, because I want to make sure that I get those right. Then I can do the back whenever I want, it doesn't matter. It's not a sock puppet, but I found it. Oh, really? If you guys have any questions about the thing I'm saying, like I might be saying words that you might not know, you don't sound stupid, and you aren't stupid if you don't ask, if you ask the question. So feel free to ask me, okay? Because I'm here to be completely open with you if I can. Ah, that's cute, Mariga. Yes, we could get it. We could definitely get it. I could use it on my own stream too, actually. Color choice maybe, as well is like a print. Yes and no, because color choice is more tied to color theory. So once you choose one color in a color scheme, all of the others are pretty much already chosen by life. You can go against it, but it won't look good if you do. You have to obey the color theory. I need an all soccer. Yes, I do. So, color choice is... value is personal. Value is personal. The brightness of a color. How bright are your tones really influences how dark the other tones are and how bright some other tones are, because you're creating a scheme. So, the white balance, as people say in photography, that's very personal. Every painter white balances their models differently. I white balance them very brightly. Yeah, I white balance them very brightly. Like for example, this lady here. She is extremely bright in the highlights, but she works, right? I think she's beautiful. Like she's one of my better painters, and she works because the white balance is very well managed. Also the vibrancy and saturation and all that. So white balance is very personal, but highlighting is being part of white balance is also personal. Why do you prime black? I've been using white primer. So I prime black for a few reasons. I like the primer I use because it gives me a bit of a satin finish. You can see that the black parts aren't really black, they are reflecting the lights on them, so I can still see details when black. I also like using black because when I prime black I don't have to worry about the deeper shadows of a model. Like it depends how well I prime it. In this case I haven't primed it super well, so the bottom is still kind of whitish, but if I were to prime it super well you wouldn't see it. So it keeps the deepest recesses black, so if I miss a spot I am not seeing the mistake in a way, and nobody is either. While if you prime white and there is a difficult to reach spot, you're gonna have a hard time going in there with some black paint to paint it. I don't like that. Thank you, Nico. It's alpaca. It's alpaca wool. This shirt is alpaca wool, and yeah, that's why I prime black. I also like slightly more desaturated color schemes over very vibrant ones. My painting is saturated, but just enough, really, in a sense that I like grayer color schemes. So black works well for me because it makes the colors more opaque. Okay. I'm back. Hello. My face is back. I'm gonna start wearing my glasses now, so I can see the paint a bit more, and we can play with the lights a little bit more. Okay, so I definitely believe we need to... God damn it. I need to remix my highlight. That's what I believe. Okay. So I'm doing an overall glaze, which is not really a glaze, it's more like a layer, to have a bit more interaction within the colors. I lost vibrancy a bit too quickly in the skin tone, so the lights were looking a bit gray. So I don't want them to be so grayish. So I regained vibrancy. Okay. Okay, just sketching in at the moment. Not really doing anything specifically per se. I'm looking. At the moment I am just looking for the colors. I just want the colors. I'm trying to get myself I'm trying to have the model give me some sort of impact. I want it to show me something. That's how I paint. I don't really paint with a plan. I never, like you saw me at the start, I asked what color scheme I would go for because I didn't know. I don't really have a plan when I start painting. I tend to find it as I go. So in this case, I'm not exactly sure how the skin tone is gonna look at the end, but I'm trying to find it. I'm letting the model kind of tell me what to do and what I'm doing wrong. So in this case, I think I can play around with these tones a bit more, get myself some shading and some blending, more importantly, into this belly area. But I also know that I want this line here to be preserved. So I'm gonna go back to the darker tone and wet blend it in, because I would like to show the different elements of the skin here. Not too much, doesn't have to be too obvious. It can be some like an Easter egg. People can notice it as they look closer to the model. But it's just an opportunity for contrast. I will push it in a moment when I do more highlights. Okay, so I'm losing a bit of the darker skin tone color, which I liked. So we're gonna be rescuing it. I think I'm establishing that this is our skin tone color. Like this purpley red blue color here is our mid-tone. So although realistically this one should be our mid-tone because it's a bit more saturated. Yeah, I should use this one as a mid-tone. Otherwise if I use the darker color as a mid-tone, the model will look very white. So we gotta use this one, I think. Okay. Okay. Let's give it some more light. You can see that, like, the way I paint, I have a very nervous brushstroke. I don't know how to explain it. Like, when you see people like Anne painting, they have long... I talk about Anne, not because I'm trying to comparing myself to her, but because I know you guys have seen her paint. Also because there is no reason to compare. What I'm trying to explain is a difference in style. When you see her paint, she has long, calm brushstrokes, while my brushstroke is short and nevralgic, never like a bit crazy, right? So this is also where you define the painter in the way they do the brushstroke. I like to build up the colors in a bit of a schizophrenic kind of way. I don't know how to say it differently. Like, I like having a mad brushstroke. I let the paint go. Like, I don't really want to control it. Hello, friendly. I don't really want to control the paint. I like to let the paint control me. For me, painting miniatures is a very cathartic thing. It's a way to vent in a way. I use it to relax. So I let the paint take control and I just go. It's like a beast, right? So I am letting it have control. It's like, you know, a beast of burden. That's how my brush is to me. I'm letting it control in the same way an ox would have control of a carriage it's carrying, right? So like as long as the brush is doing what you want it to do, you let it do its thing. And there are moments where you're like, no, wait, you have to do what I say. So there are moments where I'm a bit more calm and collected. When I'm glazing especially, or stuff like that, I will be more calm. But as I am looking for things, I let the brush go. And again, like, this is something which is important to understand, I believe, when you're looking at your own painting, because it can really give you an idea of how it is that you like painting and what to do to make it work or not. Being critical of yourself to the point where you analyze your painting is extremely important to get good, in my opinion. I also know not everybody wants to get good. Some people just want to paint for fun, and that's absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with it. But, you know, since I'm here, and I don't know, I feel like it could be interesting to give an insider view about things as a professional painter. Like, I do this for a living, so it can be cool, I think. I don't know. You guys tell me if it is. In the meantime, okay, I feel like the brush has found a nice highlighting. I'm gonna exploit it. Just gonna keep working it up. And now we're just gonna be doing a lot of small layers. Okay, just very, very small layers of light, pushing them a bit by bit. I'm drawing now. So I'm controlling the brush more. I'm thinking more about what I'm doing. Also, my hair were on camera and I'm sorry. I'm thinking more about what I'm doing, yeah. So the brush is a bit more controlled. I never painted human skin or flesh skin, I come to realize. Only orcs and goblins. And I want to try it at some point. It's gonna teach you a lot. Human skin tones have a lot to teach. A lot. Because you like, the moment you start trying to do a good job on them, you find out how difficult they are. There is a reason why most companies have pre-made skin tone colors that you just use as a recipe, because trying to get your own head around it is extremely hard. But it is one of the best things you can do for yourself when it comes to understanding stuff, because it's so interesting. Okay, so as we do more highlight there, I feel like I can push the highlights here now. Because we have more light on the left, so the right can be highlighted a bit more, because even though it's shadow, it can use a bit more light. So the highlights on the left are allowing me to push the highlights on the right. Okay, we also need to get a bit more definition in the muscle area here, because it is a bit too blackish. I have too much unneeded contrast here, so I'm just gonna remove it for now. Okay, much better. Okay, we can keep pushing. I think this will be our last highlight. If I still feel like I'm missing contrast, it means that I have to push the shadows. Okay. Yeah, people's skin tones have so much to them. When I'm on the metro, I look at people all the time. Like, whenever I'm traveling, for whatever reason, I just stare at people. If I'm sitting somewhere, I'm just gonna be staring at people. Because they are so interesting to look at. Like, once you fall into the rabbit hole of painting, a world opens up and you just start thinking about colors and brightness and highlights and shadows all the time, really. I catch myself staring at people very often. For some reason, I need to check my camera because something happened on my camera. Like, the lights don't look like... You see a whitish color, but it's not whitish. It's yellowish. I don't know why you see it this way. I noticed it today during my own stream as well. There is something up with the camera. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to find it. Like, maybe reset it. And, yeah, just use the basic settings, because there's something wrong. I don't know if I don't think it's exposure. You know, it might actually be the exposure. It might actually be the exposure. Maybe I'm I don't know.
It looks yellowish to me, or beigeish. I mean, it looks right to me.
Okay. I don't know. On my screen, I see it whitish. Trying to figure out why. Because I had to increase the exposure of the camera because I had to lift my whole camera. I changed my chair, so I'm now taller, and because of that I had to lift my whole setup. And because of that I had to increase the exposure on the camera because my lights are farther away from the desk as they used to be. And I'm starting to feel like I might have too much exposure. Yeah, it looks fine, but it doesn't look exactly how it is. Which is a bit of a problem when you're painting. It's kind of important. I don't know. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna be shading a bit more now. Now that we have some light, we can work it down and reduce it a little bit. Create more of a defined highlight instead of a big area of light. Okay. We can actually go even darker if we want. Now my face is fine. My face is a completely different camera, so it doesn't matter too much if my face is hasn't the proper colors. The model a bit more. Okay, so now I'm just glazing down the highlight to get a bit more shading going on. Okay. We can also have like an off-screen color, like another color happening on the side. Because I feel like this skin tone is a bit too desaturated because of the fact we're working up a blue. So it is realistic looking, but it's maybe not interesting. So to make it more interesting, we can have an off-screen light of some color happening on him. I don't know, whatever color works really. We can do a teal maybe. Okay, let's see. Can we have like a tealish light coming from the side?
That teal looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Also, my lunch is here, so I'm gonna eat that real quick.
Yeah, enjoy, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna sketch it in. I love teal, like it's a color that I really love, so if I get a chance I'll use it. I feel like this guy can work because he's having such a desaturated skin tone that we do need to have some color happening somewhere else. And I think this a tealish off-screen color can work. Like an ambient light of some sort, maybe a magical lamp torch or something. Okay, just gonna blend it in. Okay. Takes a while to blend because I wasn't really planning on having this color when I painted the Skintone originally, so because of that I have to kinda do a lot of work to make it work, but I feel like it's really gonna benefit the model. Because we do need something that's a bit saturated in order to have an actual model. So if we can't have it, like, look, it's already looking much better now. It's so much better now. Just because we have introduced some color in it, right? Why not blue? Because blue would have been too easy. Like, if I'm painting a bluish skin tone, I am painting it... why the blue? Sorry. Because Justin wanted it to be blue. At the start of the stream I asked what color the skin tone should have been, and he wanted to see a realistical skin tone coming from blue. So I started the whole paint job with a blue, and then I slowly turned it into a more realistic skin tone. Okay, so I'm liking this. This is coming along nicely. Yeah, we just needed a bit of a off-screen color. Something to bounce with the saturated tones of the film. Okay. Just constantly wet blending. Getting the colors to be together forever. I have a bit of an excess of paint there, so I can remove it. Okay. Okay, we can go brighter with the Skintone now. In a very, very small area, but we can. Yeah, Nico, we should. I live next to a highway, so ambulances have to go through it to go pick up people and bring them to the hospital. So now in COVID times, you're lucky you weren't here in January, man. Back in January, every second there was an ambulance. Hello, Casa. How you doing, dude? Yeah, back in January, things were very, very scary. Thankfully, we pulled out of it. Take care, friendly. Have a great night, dude. Thank you for hanging out. They will. You guys will, Kagero. I'm confident. Things are gonna go well. We also have a vaccine coming, so you know. That's gonna help out a lot. Okay. We can work a bit more on the OSL here. Well, it's not really an OSL, it's more like an ambient light. Hello, Ash. How you doing? Thank you for the raid. What's up? What's up? How you doing? Had to turn up the heating. It's getting chill. Yeah, man. I have the window open in my room. Holy cow! It's cold. It's extremely cold in my room right now. Welcome. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. How was your stream? What did you work on? I like this playlist, it's cool. Just close the window, I can't. At least I'm liking I live in a good area where people are following. That's good, that's good. Yeah, just power through it. We'll make through it all. We need minus 40. Minus 30, I'm dead. Hopefully not. Hopefully we don't get to minus 30. I mean, I would definitely close the window if we would. I guess I would find another way to smoke inside. Okay. Ten degrees is cold. I think at the moment in my room there must be between 2 and 5 degrees. I don't know exactly how cold it is in my room, but it's extremely cold. Extremely cold. But I'm used to it. Like I grew up with this kind of cold in my room, so I don't have any problems with it. Like, my girlfriend always has, like, a very bad time when she comes visit me, because she's not used to the temperature I'm used. You think it's unfrozen? No, man, I'm like a snowman. Like, I'm used to this cold. I lived my whole life with this cold in my room. I sleep with the window open. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm used to being cold. I prefer it so much more than heat. He loves cold and I freeze too easily, yeah. Yeah, the wind is awful. Here in my town, it's really, really bad when it comes to wind. Because, like, even though maybe it's not too cold, maybe it's like, I don't know, 15 degrees, but there is such a cold wind. By the way, we're talking Celsius. For those of you guys from the US, we're talking Celsius. So when I say a number and I'm talking about degrees, I'm meaning Celsius. I don't know Fahrenheit, sorry. But yeah, like, the biggest problem in my town is the wind. It's extremely windy here in the winter. It's so cold. Because it gets inside your clothes, you know, like, if it's just cold, you cover yourself and you're fine. When it's windy, it gets unbearable. Yeah, at least it's not foggy here. I remember there was a time where I had to take the bus every evening at about midnight to go back home from a part of the city which is basically facing the sea. So, because it was the harbor area. So, in December and January, there was this extremely cold wind just wailing me in my back while waiting for the bus. It was awful. So cold, man. So how's it looking so far? How are you guys feeling about this little bibbidi babbidi boy? I think it's doing well. We need to work a bit on the OSL, but I think that overall is doing well. Yeah, there is a lot to do left on the model. A bunch of Skintone to finish and all of the other details. Oh, let me clean a mold line on the face. I didn't notice it. Skin tones, Kaza. Skin tones is my favorite thing to paint. It is also, in my opinion, the hardest thing to paint. Like, painting a skin tone well is extremely difficult. Okay, so let's try to get the eyes sorted out. I need a white. No, because I use the back of the brush. Sorry, I use the back of the knife. I don't use the actual knife to clean. But I use the back of it. Is that a giveaway today? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. Non-metallic is a sort of recipe, I suppose. The thing with non-metallic is that while it's extremely difficult to paint, you can tell what's wrong. When you are good at painting non-metallic metal, you can tell what's wrong in your non-metallic. Like, you can be like, okay, so I need more of this, I need more of that. It's a bit easier to figure out what you're doing wrong. When you're painting skin tones, you very seldomly have a clue about what is it that it doesn't work on the model. Just cleaning up the area around the eyes. This model is really cool, I like him a lot. Very nice model. Okay. $81. Is it good or bad? I guess it's bad. Well, you don't have to keep the lights on all the time, though, do you? You can just turn them on when needed, right? At least it's visible from space. Okay. Just pushing the lights. Getting a bit of beard painted here. Okay. Hello, Gimli. How you doing? Where have you been, man? Didn't see you today. Where have you been? Was in the office. Time to quit your job, man. Welcome home, dude. We've been painting an ogre. An ogre guard. I think I'm gonna be doing a bit of non-metallic on it now. Just, you know, for fun. Yeah, because the thing on his neck might be a metal thing, right? Why not? Yes, the anti-paladin was done the other day. Easier. Hello. Hello, Chav. How you doing? I'm doing great. We're getting this Ogre guy painted. I'm liking him. I'm liking where he's going. I'm actually happy with this paint job. I think he's doing pretty well. Hello, MK. How you doing? On the hand? No, I was talking with the hand earlier, so I painted eyes on it. I'm paint a loaf of Reaper miniatures for a special needs school I am game master for. Oh, that's such a noble thing you're doing. Well done, man. Have fun painting them. That is such a cool thing you're doing. Well done, man. Finished shower and now time for chill. How's Typhus? I can show you. He was... But I'm currently having an absolute blast painting this guy. Such a fun model to paint, dude. I enjoy it a lot. Really enjoying it. A blue OSL on the back, so like have the green on the side and blue on the back. That's gonna be tough to pull off, Marigan, because if the light is coming from here, it should highlight the back too. I could make some awesome non-metallic tattoo, that is true. But you know, like, I feel bad when I make a mistake on a model. Imagine how I'd feel if I made a mistake on somebody's skin. Is that you being lazy? I'm not being lazy. What are you talking about? I'm working super hard. Look how nice this is. Fucking nice. Strip and paint again. Yeah, somebody's skin. That would be painful. Enjoy your night, Archon. I'll see you later, dude. Take care of yourself. Okay, we're getting some nice contrast here. After painting the non-metallic, I felt safe in pushing the highlights a bit more on the belly. And I'm actually liking this guy quite a lot. Are Italian cheese good? Yeah, man. Have you ever had gorgonzola? I'm going to have to resort to mixing color to get a green for the Village of Goblin. Well, yellow and blue. No, I'm not quiet. I talked a lot. Am I quiet? No. I feel like I'm talking a lot. There are very brief fractions of time where I have to actually focus on what I'm doing, because I'm trying to really get a good piece here. I don't know why, but like I'm really focusing on this model as if it was like a commission or something. I don't know. Like I just want to do a good job. I liked the idea I had of getting myself a bit of a greener OSL happening on the side just to improve the quality of the normal skin tone. Y'all talking about Italian stuff? Watch out, I'm Italian. I'm Italian too. That's the reason why we're talking about Italian stuff. I'm Italian. Look at me. See? That I'm Italian. That's the accent. Mamma mia. Luigi. No, but seriously though, I'm Italian. Okay. What's my favorite dish? My favorite dish is breaded chicken breast with garlic, onion, and how do you say prezzemolo in English? I keep forgetting. Well, that, and with a side of boiled cauliflower with bechamel. Parsley, thank you. Quick, put your Luigi hat on. I don't know what it is. I don't know where I left my... I don't know where my hat is. Ah, it's here, wait. There you go. I got it. What's up? What, the recipe? It's very simple, actually. It's very, very simple as a recipe. But yes, I'm Italian. Also, for some reason, I am a very unlucky person because I look awful with hats on. I never look good with hats. I do like hats. I would love to own them, but I look awful with them. The only hat I look good in is the freaking Luigi hat. I don't know why. The only hat in which I actually look alright with, it's the Luigi hat. Do they give you a hat at birth or no, after you clear the first pipe? Yeah, you know, the world knows, man. I found 50 more goblins in the box of Shane. That's 45 goblins need painting. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. It is my destiny. No, it's a good thing. Like, that's a good thing. When something covers my face. Why do you think I wear these glasses, dude? I wear them because they hide my face from streaming. I look much better with these glasses on. Take care, Nico. Have a good night, dude. Can you not order it online, chap? I mean, I guess she is happy to have me. I am happy to have her. Yeah, get your order in, man. The shipping is very quick. Hello, Bearwoods. Plus 3 minis, yes. Free minis are always nice. Okay. I'm liking this guy. I think the skin tone so far is turning out good. It's a very low light scenario, which means that he's basically in darkness. You know, you can almost imagine a door being open in front of him, bringing some light in the room while the rest of his body is kind of fading into darkness and being lit by some off-screen green magical flame. Like he looks like a guard, I would say. I think I did a good job. I'm very happy with this so far. And I think that once we get other colors in... Justin, are you here?
I am here.
So I can keep going for 1 more hour if you want.
I actually have a meeting to attend to here
Okay.
in about 15 minutes, so...
Then I'm gonna go. Was nice.
Otherwise, I would let you. I really would. This looks great, and I want to keep watching it.
Yeah,
so.
I really want to paint this thing. That's why. But yeah, okay. Well, guys, it's been nice seeing you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. You all have a fantastic night, okay? we'll be looking to complete this guy next week. When I can finish all of the other details, get the Skintone finished up. But I'm liking how this is looking. So yeah, thank you all for joining me during this paint job. I mean, for 2 hours of work, I can't complain. Like, this is literally 2 hours of work. You know? I'm happy with this. Take care everyone, love you so much, have a good one. I have my own stream if you guys want to check it out, it's in the top right. You can go check out all of these links here. The first one is for my own stream, the second one is for a list of all the models that I've painted, I post them on Instagram. And the third one is, if you want to learn from me, you can do it by joining the Patreon here. That's up to you, I'll be happy to have you there, but yeah, it's up to you. Thank you all so much for watching, have a fantastic night, I will see you later. Bye bye.
Thank you guys very much.